Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Mike Kermis at Image Tutorials, and I've been out for a couple of weeks on a very sunny vacation, but I'm back to upload a lot more Maya tutorials. All right. Now I got something like 25 subscriber requests, so I'm going to cover all of them in the next couple of weeks. But before we get into today's tutorial, I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. I hit 1,000 subscribers during my vacation. Really pleased with that. So again, big thank you for you guys. All right. Now today's tutorial is about how to model a basic house. Now, I did a house before a couple of weeks ago. This house is more intended to be used in a street scene where you have multiple houses to kind of simulate a city center or a village or something like that. So not extremely high detail, but just a basic outline. Okay, let's get started with that. Okay, so I'm going to start with a polygon cube. I'm going to drag that out and pull that up. And that's going to be our garage shape. I'll hit 5 for shaded mode. Switch to my top view. Select that guy. And in my attribute editor, I'm going to set the translate values to 0. Like that. Okay? Which will make it a bit easier to go to Edit Mesh, insert Edge Loop tool, and put an edge in the middle right there. And hit Enter. Okay? Now, that will allow us to, actually let's go to object mode, scale it in a little bit, hit R, scale it in, something like so, and scale it out a bit more. Okay, something like that. All right, select it, right click, edge, select that edge, hit W, and pull that up to get our basic roof shape. Okay, cool. We're going to select that edge and get rid of it because we don't really need that. And we're going to right click, go to object mode, select it, hit Control D to duplicate, pull that out, hit E, rotate that by -90, and then hit W and move that in like that. Okay. From this view, we're going to pull it back a little. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to hit R and we're going to scale that in to change the angle of that roof a little bit and give us a bit more space in front. Maybe not so much. Maybe something like that. Something like so. All right. Okay, so we got that. And maybe let's stretch it out a bit. So pull it out like that. Hit W, align that roof again. Like so. All right. Let's see if our roof is clean. Not quite yet. That's better. Okay. So we got that. We're going to go to Edit Mesh, insert Edge Loop tool. Let's put an edge in here. Hit Q on our keyboard. Right click face. Select that face. Edit Mesh and extrude. Hit R. Scale it in just a little. And make sure that it's aligned over there, like that. Go into Edit Mesh, extrude again, hit W, and push that back, like so. All right, cool. And then we can right click, go to Edge, take that edge, and get rid of that. And while we're at it, we'll take that one, and the one down here as well, just to keep it a bit clean. Okay, cool. Now, for the garage, I'm going to go to face. Let's see, Edit Mesh, insert Edge Loop tool. No, that's not exactly what I was looking for. Control Z. We're going to go with Edit Mesh Interactive Split tool. And we're going to hit that edge. and that edge and hit enter, which should give us an edge, and it does on the back, which is not really helpful. So let's try that again. Edit mesh, Interactive split tool. There we go. All right, cool. So now right click, go to face, select that face, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, and we're going to scale that in to create our garage door. Let's do something like that, and hit W and pull that down a bit until we're level on the bottom, like so. Okay, so we got that. Edit mesh, extrude again, hit W and just pull that into something like that. That's fine, and we'll clear that later. Okay, next we're gonna select these two, and we're gonna go to edit mesh, extrude, hit R. We're gonna scale that out and hit W and pull that up, which will give us something like that. All right, we're going to do the same here. So right click, object mode. I need to get rid of that edge here. Right click, edge, select that one. Okay, right click, face 1 and 2, edit mesh, extrude, hit R to scale that out a little bit, not too much, and hit W and pull that up. Excuse me. Now we need to pull it up just a bit more to get level with that roof there. And when we're done with that, we're gonna go to object mode and pull it out so the roof is again aligned. Okay, let's get rid of that little edge there. Right click, edge, select that, delete it. And select those as well. Alrighty, so now that we got that, we're going to create the garage door. So for that, we're going to create a polygon cube, drag that out, pull that up, something like so. Hit R, scale that in, and scale it up a bit, something like that. Go to edit mesh, insert edge loop tool, put one up there, and hit Q. And then right click face, select that face, hit W, pull that out a little bit. So we'll get that effect. And I'll switch views so you can see it a bit better. Hit F to zoom in. So we'll get something like that. And maybe just scale the whole thing in a little bit. Hit R, something like so. Hit Control D to duplicate. W, pull that up to about here. So we've got this little edge going on. Hit Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. A couple of times. We can delete whatever we don't need. Okay, so we've got this pretty big thing here. Let's delete a few. Drag select that. Go to mesh and combine. Hit R, scale it down. F to zoom in. And let's get that door into position. W to move in. Something like that. Go to modify and center pivot. Move it over here. Move it down. Like that. And hit R and scale that out. And let's see how clean this looks. That looks about right. It looks like we can, yeah, actually, it's not too bad. Just pull that out a little bit. Let's see what we got. So you can just see the effect here of the edges, which is okay. All right. Now let's focus on this section here. Now normally when we do windows and so forth, we take the face, extrude it and so forth, right? I want to do it a little bit different this time. I'm going to create the windows separately, and then I'm going to place them on top of the walls. So I'm going to have the woodwork extruded and then the glass fall back a little bit. So we're going to take a polygon cube, something like that, pull it up a little, like so. Right-click face, select the face, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, scale it in a bit, hit G to extrude again, W to push down, G to extrude again, R to scale in, G to extrude again, W to push down, something like that. All right. Now we're going to put in two cross sections. So create another cube, pull it up just a little, move that in. Let's go to our top view, hit F to zoom in. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale that until we're inside of the window. Let's get that into the middle. Control D to duplicate, E to rotate to exactly 90, and R to scale in, which will give us that right here. Okay, and we want to create some shutters. All right, so for that we're going to create some more cubes, pull it up a little, scale it in quite a bit, back to our top view, pull that in, pull it up, and scale it down, but not all the way. Just needs to stick out a little bit. Control D to duplicate, move over, Shift D, looks about right. Take all three, hang on, right click object mode, mesh, combine, Control D to duplicate, and modify center pivot, move it over to this end, like so. Drag select the whole thing, mesh, combine, and let's get this thing into place. All right. Modify center pivot, E to rotate that by 90, like so. Let's move that towards our house. Hit R to scale it in, F to zoom in, W to move over and move out. And let's see what we got. Check the this view here, 5 for shaded mode, 4 for wireframe mode. That looks about right. And we're going to hit Control D to duplicate that. We're going to move one there, Control D to duplicate that, one over here, which will leave us some room for the door. Now these two need to move back. So we got 1 and 2. Oops. Let's try that again. F to zoom in. Looks like we are good. Okay. So now we need to create a door. So for that, we're just going to take this guy, Control D, pull that out, mesh, separate. We're just going to select these shutters and get rid of them. We're going to take this cross section, get rid of him, middle section, remove that. Take that thing, hit R, modify center pivot. First we're going to stretch that out a little bit to get it into position. Hit W, move that in, and move that over, oops, and move it down. And let's see what we got. Okay, now we're going to move this to about here. We're going to scale that. So hit insert, move your center pivot point down there. Hit R to scale that up to approximately the same height as your door here. And then let's tweak this a bit. Right click edge. I'm going to get rid of these. There we go. I'm going to go to vertex, right click vertex, drag select these two, and shift to drag select these two. Hit W, move that down, and just select these two here and move them down as well, which is good. And now we just need to tweak these. So select these four, pull that up to about there, drag select just these two until we got something like that. Okay, so we need to move the whole thing back. Object mode, move that in like so, and let's give that some more definition. Let's see, we're gonna take this here, mesh, separate, select these two, Control D, modify center pivot, move that over until it's inside our door. Let's check that from this view here. Okay, all elements seem to be inside, but still we're going to tweak it a little bit. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale it a little bit, and hit W and move that up like so. And then we are going to create a little panel for the bottom section of the door, which will be a polygon cube. Pull it up a little bit, right click face, select that, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, scale that in, and W and pull it up a little. Right click object mode, select it, hit E, rotate that up to 90, hit R to scale it down a bit, and let's start to move that in. Something like that. Pull it over towards our door. Now let's move this and scale this into position. Okay. Now we want the bottom part to be level, just above level. Hit R, start to scale that in. W to move that in. That is very close to what I'm looking for. F to zoom in. We're going to push that in. Now it still looks a little bit thick, and this guy still needs to move in. So I'll take this guy, hit R, and scale it in to flatten it out a bit, like so. W to move it a bit more. Okay. And maybe a little bit more detail on the door. Right click face, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, scale it in a bit, edit mesh, extrude again, W, and push that back, which will give us something like this. Okay, so we've got windows, we've got the door, we've got the garage door, Let's see, what else can we do? Oh, let's see, that's not too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly give this ground plane some color so I get a better sight of what it's looking like. Right-click Object Mode. Right-click, Assign New Material. Let's go with a Lambert and just make that white. Okay. Something like that. We need to have some columns for our porch, so let's create a polygon cube, pull that up, hit R to scale it down and in quite a bit. Let's go to our top view so we can see where we need to go. And we need to go way up there. These need to go, I need to move my windows in. Just fix that quickly. So apparently my windows are, that's still one object. That one is not. So I got all that. Mesh, combine, take these two, hit W, and move them in like that. Okay, that's better. Okay, now for our columns. Back to the top view. We want them to be, let's say, left and right of the front door. So Control D to duplicate. Move on over there. Check it from this view. Select them both, bring them down. And let's see if the spacing is okay. I want that one to move a little bit. Let's say one there and one there. Okay. Hit R to scale them up a bit. That's right. Both at the same time. W to move that up. We should be very close. Okay, we'll move them both in a bit. Let's say there, like that. And then we'll take that one, hit Control D, move one here, and hit Shift D to have one more. Okay, we're going to select all four, right click, assign existing material Lambert, existing material Lambert 2, like that, which gives us this. Okay, let's create a ground plane for this and just select our house first. Mesh, combine, and move that up to the grid line, like that. Then take our ground plane, move that one up to there. Let's see what we got. Okay. Get some color on there as well. Right click, assign the material, Lambert, and white. We're going to throw in some lighting. So go to your render settings. Select mental ray, indirect lighting, physical sun and sky. Okay. Uncheck final gathering, select global illumination. Quality tab, let's bump that up to about 1.5. Common tab, we're going to go to our presets, image size to HD 1080. Let's check out where our sun is. So we just need to check to see where our sunlight is. So we're going to go to Windows Outliner and sun direction. There we go. 4 for wireframe mode. That's it. We're going to have the sun point somewhere towards the house, so hit E and rotate that, something like that. That should be about right. Let's just hit R, scale this out a bit. 5 for shaded mode, and look for a nice angle for your render. Okay, something like that. Now, one more thing we can do is just to go in here, right-click face, select that guy, and this guy. Right-click, assign new material, MIA_X, go to the Material tab, Presets, Glass Solid, and Replace. And let's see if we can tweak this a bit. Select that, Edit Mesh, Extrude. No, we don't want to do that. I'm going to solve that in a different way. I'm just going to create a quick little ground plane here. I'm going to hit W, pull that up, hit E, rotate that by 90, and let's move that in as our window for the door. Hit W, move that in, hit R, scale that down quite a bit, and scale it up. W, move that up, F to move in. Okay, hit R to scale it just inside the boundaries of the wood. That looks about right. Now let's get that into position. F to zoom in, push that way in, hit F to zoom. There we go. Right-click face, select face, right-click, assign new existing material, sorry, and MIA material. There we go. Going to go back to our render view, something like this, and let's give this a go. All right. Let's give it a sec. Just going to hit escape quickly, and I'm changing the color of the ground plane so we get a bit more contrast. Assign new material, Lambert, and so let's leave that dark. Okay, go back to this view here, and let's do render again. Just looks a little bit better. I'll just pause during the render, guys. See you back in a sec. Well, there you go, guys. This is a simple and easy way to create a basic house shape. It's suitable for scenes where you got a lot of houses because it's fairly low poly, so it's not going to use a lot of memory. And obviously, you can just tweak this as you move forward, and add all kind of detail to it. All right. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.